Buckle up. It's the Insurance Dudes Podcast.
Oh, I feel like we haven't boomed in a while.
We haven't boomed in a while.
Phillip Boyd.
That's right.
Welcome to the Insurance Dudes.
Come on, guys.
Phillip
Thank
Boyd.
you for having me.
How you doing?
Yeah, man. Awesome.
It's going, man.
Yeah?
Interesting week the last week, but it's going really good. So
Yeah. You have
Yeah.
snow
Oh, that's right.
in Tejas, huh?
yeah, we see it, but we don't see it. We don't see it like that.
Yeah.
No.
I'm talking about
So-
like the biggest catastrophic event in Texas
Really? Just some
Ever.
snow. What's the big deal?
ever. Ice, snow, and then it melted, and then it just screwed everything up. Water
Was there
leaks
water?
every time.
Water everywhere?
Oh man, pipes bursted like every. I mean, I couldn't tell you how many pipes burst up here. I'm talking about old stuff, old buildings. Pipes burst. People out of nowhere to eat. I mean, nowhere to drink water. Nowhere to take a bath. People going like 10 days now.
Okay. So Kelly,
Let's
who
dive
works,
into that.
Kelly works for us. Well, yeah, we'll dive into it. We can talk about that later. Let's start with a round of speed breakers.
A little bit of speed breakers.
Speed breakers. Speed
Speed
breakers.
breakers.
Speed breakers. And can you set the timer, Mr. Jason?
Oh, we're doing time.
I don't know. It makes it pretty little pressure.
That is fun. Look at you coming up with new and exciting ways to keep it fresh and fun.
It's got to be under 42 seconds. So there's no time to think. You just have to answer.
Gotcha.
And you know that there's one weird one down near the end that you got it with your mom involved, and you just got to be real. So here we go. Welcome to Speed Breakers, Phillip Boyd. Have you ever had a mullet?
No.
First crush.
Fast.
Most embarrassing thing your mom ever caught you doing?
Nothing.
Nothing. Fastest speed ever driven?
130.
Ooh, good one. Favorite
Nice.
cereal?
Captain Crunch.
Okay, wow, that is a good one. How many kids
That's best.
1.
have you made cry? Please wait till the end of the question.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Count Chocula or Count Dracula?
Dracula.
Dracula. Nice. Fastest mile?
7 minutes.
7 minutes. Favorite flavor?
Vanilla.
Vanilla. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Tacos or burritos?
Burritos.
We made it. Did we make it? Because I'm not going to ask the Trump or
Yeah.
Biden because, you know.
Oh, but it's still fun.
Is it?
Really good.
All right.
Who really cares at this point?
At this point, it doesn't
Nobody.
matter.
Yeah. 1 minute.
1 minute? That's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I love it. And so let's close this out with what was your first concert? All the way back to Barney. That
Isley
was-
Brothers concert. Believe it or not.
You what?
Isley's Brothers concert
Oh, that's
Oh,
awesome.
in Houston,
Nice.
Texas. I remember. Yep.
Houston, Texas.
Yep.
Wow, that's cool. That's the first Isley brothers. That's awesome. So
Isley Brothers,
take us
yep.
back from that concert and your lifelong dream to be an insurance agent. Take us through that journey.
Man, I mean, so I've been doing sales for a while. I'm from East Texas. I'm from a town called Tyler, Texas, outside of Dallas, about an hour and a half outside of Dallas, Texas. And I moved up here, man, and just didn't know what to do, but I knew I could sell. So I've done it all, man. I've sold shoes. I tell people I was a platinum Al Bundy at one point. I sold furniture. I've sold cell phones. I was in the cell phone industry for about 12 years as a manager, and I kind of seen that industry kind of tighten up. You know, when we started, we was making a lot of money when we first came out, like 2004, 2005. Cell phone industry was it. So I'm like, I'm set for life. I'm good. And then we realized Apple don't really need you no more. They can put an Apple on anything, it's gonna sell 1 million of them. So I started trying to climb the corporate ladder, as we all try to do. You know, climb the corporate ladder, get to a high. But I realized there was a ceiling for me, and I couldn't get past that ceiling. So people always try to get me to sell insurance, and I was like, I don't want to sell insurance. That seems annoying. It just seems like I don't want to do that. So I left the cell phone industry and kind of took a year off just to figure out what I wanted to do. And I did some research, and I wanted to still be connected with people and still be able to educate. And I'm a people person, so I like to touch, hug, and feel people. And insurance was it, man. Everybody was like, so I was like, where do I start at? How do I get in it? And people was like, you got to go get training. So, because, I don't know, you get on LinkedIn, people pulling you in 100 different directions. Come sell for me. And I'm like, I don't want to sell for you. You're captive. I didn't understand what captive was at the time. And then everybody like, come to a broker. And I was like, I don't know what that is. So I went to work for a big box. I won't say any names. I went to work for a big box for about 3 years, and the training was the best training ever. Outside of where I came from, cell phone world, best training I had. I'm talking about training hands down. Like showed me the ins and outs of insurance. So I did it for a while, man. I had to sit on the phone and take literally 50 calls a day. And they want you to sell at least 130 policies a month. And I'm just like, this can't be insurance. This can't be how it goes. But it was a quantity over quality. And I got burned out. And I was like, I don't want to do this no more. And I said, I realized I could do it on my own, It was just taking 50 calls a day, selling 2 or 3 policies. And I seen the top guys there that were getting the accolades, like, you're the greatest. I'm like, I just saw him sell a policy with ACV, and it's terrible. I'm like, that's not how you sell. And I was like, does she know she had ACV? She was like, she's gonna have to read it. And I was like, nah, I can't sell like that. I don't care how much my check is gonna be affected by it. So I got out, man, started doing it on my own for the last year. I love it, man. Having fun. I mean, it's not nothing major, but my first 6 months I did $100,000. So I feel good, man. It's laying the foundation, a lot of social media, marketing, and stuff like that. So, man, I'm just having fun right now.
Love it. So, take me back to that. Was that in a call center?
Call center, yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh man. So that is rough. You're just but they're sending you the business.
They're sending me the business. Yeah, I'm getting literally 50 calls a day. Phones ringing nonstop. I mean, they're coming, but it's a grind, man. It's like, it's not sustainable. I mean, especially if you want to do, I'm one of those people who want to talk to you, educate you on it. You need to be on the phone. They got a time frame for you to be on the phone. They want you to be off the phone in like 12 minutes, knock it out, go on to the next call. And it's like, if it stick, it stick. It's like throwing paper on a ceiling and just see if it sticks. That's all what it is. Because I had people that sell 180 policies a month. The next month they had like 40 cancels, and you had to get out of cancellations first and then sell 130 to get a decent paycheck. So,
interesting.
Yeah, it's a grind, man. It showed me the ugly side of insurance and how people sell. Because when it comes down to your money and integrity, most people put their money, and I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah, it's funny, but then you see it from the side now, where you see that the integrity leads to the money.
Right, the integrity leads to the money. It's going to take a while. I feel like you're honest, and I feel like that's why I am successful. I'm very transparent. I'm upfront. I'm honest. I literally ask a million questions. Customers be like, "You asking me a million questions?" Like when I called the last insurance company, they didn't ask me all these questions. I'm like, I'm not them. I was like, I over ask questions. I over analyze everything and make sure everybody's covered, just so I got my butt covered. Yeah, and this storm is teaching a lot of people a lot. That's why I'm not glad it hit, but it hit, and people are calling me like, I'm not insured with you, but can I ask you some questions? And I'm like, sure. They're like, my pipes bursted. Is it covered on their policy? I'm looking at their policy. They're like, you got an HOB policy with a certain company, covers nothing. ACV on the contents of the house. It's a bad time to find out if your policy good, but people don't care about insurance until everything goes awry. So it's been a very interesting week, man. So it's been fun though.
So I know that's it is a crazy, interesting time in more ways than one. But So with this whole experience, and I know it's really early on in this, so Texas went through one of the craziest times that they've ever seen with this whole with the snow and the power shutting off. But to your point now, with the pipes bursting and people finding out, basically a lot of stuff isn't covered because to your point, they didn't care. Are you finding, how is selling through all this? Is it maybe emphasizing the need, or is it, I don't know, discouraging?
Well, I try not to sell out of fear. I try not to sell out of fear, but I do tell people, hey, look at all these situations you're hearing. And I'm not selling. I don't have to tell you that. You can look on the news and see people saying, hey, it's not covered. My insurance company saying this is not covered. So I don't have to do a lot. All I have to do is educate and show and compare it to what they have now. Just put them side by side comparisons and showing you ACV versus replacement costs, showing you how to have liability, just endorsements on there for food spoilage, little simple stuff. It's basic stuff, but I mean, people sell so many. I mean, just looking at these policies that come in, I'm blown away that people even carry this stuff. I live in Dallas. I mean, most cars on the road are like 60 grand. I mean, most people keep walking around with 30, 60. And I'm like, what are we doing? And, just to educate and show people that, man, I love that I can do that and at least be able to show people and let them know that you're an asset. Like I have people that's business owners, have homes. I'm like, you're an asset. You have all this stuff. Like you need to cover yourself. So I don't think it's a lot of what I have to tell. I mean, we had a wreck. I don't know if you guys heard about the wreck. We had like one of the biggest wrecks in history. Like we got snowed on, and then we had like a 40-car pileup in Fort Worth. And it's like 6 people got killed. 18-wheelers were just sliding, like let's hitting these cars. I mean, if you watch the video, it's just eerie, man. So it's been a crazy week, but just that, even being covered on that kind of stuff. So it's been interesting, but I'm glad I'm here to be able to educate and help people. Yeah. So I've been doing a couple of podcasts here and there just to go over the do's and don'ts of buying insurance. So it's been fun.
Awesome. Yeah, it's so important, I think, for the message to get out about insurance dudes and dudettes, like the value that is brought by having that knowledge. It's interesting in this industry that a lot of the big boxes will push they're creating the commoditization of insurance, right? Saying that it needs to be cheap, saying they lead with the marketing message of, I saved them X, right? In some amount of time. And it's like, it's interesting that's how it's sold, not talking about the features and benefits of it. Then what happens, just buying the cheapest thing, this is what you get.
Yeah, I try not to lead with price at all. We're not talking value. I have to talk value of the plan first, and then we'll get to the price. I want to find you some competitor. Don't get me wrong, but I tell people all the time, I won't sell it. Some people are like, I want to just take the cheapest. I'm not that guy. I won't sell you that, and I'll just walk away from it. So I mean, each his own, but I like the game, man. It's really fun, man. I like the grind of it. I'm a hustler, so I like to still go out, beat the pavement. I'm still walking out to knocking on doors, talking to business owners, and so it's a grind, man. So I love it though.
That's awesome. What is it like being able to turn away? Because I think a lot of people are afraid to turn away those people, right? There's no way I'm going to turn away anyone because I'm not selling that much to begin with. So I'm not going to turn away anyone for price. I'm just going to try to get them the best price, even though, if you're with big carriers.
It's not hard for me because I'll let them know, man. I'm just not the guy that can write you 30/60. My agency doesn't even allow me to write a 30/60 policy. So that's what I like about my agency. That we don't even write a 30/60. So it eliminates that for me anyway. So I just tell them, man, I can't write it. I tried to shop it around and get you some in the price point that you wanted, but I'm not able to meet it. I'm not the agency for you. But there's other people out there you can go to, and they'll definitely be able to take care of you. That's it.
And what kind of response do you get from that?
People will always say, hey, man, Phillip, I thank you for just attempting to try it. Hey, if I decide to switch or if I decide to move up in coverage, I'll definitely reach out to you. Cool, easy.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's funny. It's just delivery of it.
What I've seen too is that a lot of those people are still intrigued. Like when in our office, when we're saying, oh, we don't like, we can't do that to somebody. They're like, well, why?
Be Continue.
Hey, Jason.
Yes, Mr. Craig.
That was another awesome episode, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if people want to get a little bit more action and learn how to do write 100,000 in premium
Yes.
off of even the worst internet leads, where could they go?
They can go to live.teledudes.com.
Ooh, that sounds exciting. Are we going to be there?
Yes, it's a weekly call that we're doing right now it's live, and it will show you the process. The entire process is super awesome.
I love it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Sign up right now, live.teledudes.com.
Live.teledudes.com. That's live.teledudes.com.
Hey, Craig, there's a new community that we are starting that I cannot wait to tell everybody about. It is our live texting community where you and I are going to answer people's questions and give them free content, right?
Are you kidding me? We get to talk to them?
Yeah, which is awesome, but they have to opt in. They have to text us at 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
Nice.
Craig, are you going to respond to these texts?
I'm going to respond to them for sure. Live.
I'm into it too. It's going to be awesome. And it's going to be our new texting community where we're going to get back to everybody that we can and drop some crazy content, free content, and free the calculator that you just came up with. That's right. The calling calculator, sales material. I mean, everything for insurance agents. This is it. It's the best texting community out there for insurance agents.
Well, what the heck is that number again? I can't remember it.
It's 520-214-2219. That's 520-214-2219.
I love it. I'm going to text it right now.
520-214-2219.
All right. I'll see you later, Mr. Jason.
Bye, Mr. Craig.
Wait, do they even listen to this on the radio anymore?
I love it. I love it.
Nice.
All right.